have you tried that? Have you test the microphone? Have you test microphone to all the translator? Okay. Now, ready, right? We can start. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today we will start talking about Abhidhamma. So we have 3 versions of Abhidhamma. The first one is that the Buddha himself gave a Abhidhamma talk to divine beings. Then every day the Buddha came down for food, Pinabada. After that the Buddha also gave brief instruction to Venerable Sariputta. This is the shortest Abhidhamma. Then Venerable Sariputta also delivered 500 bhikkhus, his disciples. So there are 3 versions. So the biggest volume is Buddha himself talk in Devarams. So 2 versions in the human ranks. The Buddha gives short talk to Venerable Sariputta. Venerable Sariputta gives neither too short nor too long. So this version, now the version we are using is the Venerable Sariputta version. Right? If you chant Abhidhamma, Pitaka, it does not take 3 months. Right? Even Bhatthana, within 7 days we can finish. Right? That's why this is Venerable Sariputta's version. Okay, anyway, this is we just talk about the historical point of Abhidhamma. Now you may have been to India. I also have been to India. Right? When we go to Savatthi, we just arrived there at night. Our tourist guide, on the way, when we pass Kandamba, right? Kandamba means the mango group, right? When we pass this area, tourist guys told us, "Oh, this is Buddha airport." They say like that, right? In India, they say like this. At night, we're gonna see what is that. And thought, oh, there's one airport here. A small airport here, maybe domestic airport, maybe, right? Buddha airport. So that means, like in Nepal also, like many hotels, they name Sita Gorma or something, right? Even hotel name, they use Buddha's name. And our airline is a Buddha airline, sure. Right? So in India, I also thought Buddha airport. Okay, this is one small airport here. But at night we're gonna see, right? Then the next morning when we go there, say, this is Buddha airport. I ask where? Where is the airport? That metaphorically they say, right? Buddha go to Devarams from that place. That's one they are called. Is called Buddha airport. So this is it. What they say in India. Okay, so we have to start talking about Paramattha. So we have Paramattha Dhamma. Paramattha means always truth. It's ultimate truth. This is called Paramattha Satya. So how is it called always truth? For example, we may have greed. If we are greedy, we want to get something. This is a human being, right? We are human being. Similarly, if a dog have a greed, the dog also want to get something. Any animals, when they are greedy, they want to get something. Similarly, in the divine beings, when they have greed, they want to get something. So although changing living beings, whoever we are, when greed arises, it will not change the nature of wanting something. Whether old or young, it doesn't limit the age. So according to ancient India, they also have very serious caste system. High class or middle class or low class, they don't care. So whoever we are, when we are greedy, we want to get something. Greed will never change its nature. Then this is called Paramata. Then we have 4 types of Paramata according to Abhidhamma. So I will elaborate one by one. The first one, Chitta, consciousness. So there are many definitions of Chitta. Grammatically, we also translate Chitta means the nature or the Dhamma that can know the object. We call Aramana Vichanana, knowing the object. Now we also have one thing, think about object. Aramana Chitta. We have different definitions. Okay, for easier understanding, we should know that the mind will know the object. So this is the nature of mind, the nature of consciousness, the nature of Chitta. Sometimes when we use English words, people also get confused. So if we use Pali word, it will be easier. Chitta. Okay? So later I will elaborate different types of Chitta, group by group. But today we just say Chitta is also one of the ultimate truths, ultimate reality. Now here, Chittasika, mental factors. So Chitta is a very simple one, we know the object. But Chittasika, it will colorize or it will highlight Chitta. For example, when Chitta arises together with greed, then this is also called Lobha Chitta. When Chitta arises together with hatred, it becomes Dosa Chitta. When you study Sutta also, you can find many explanations. For example, in Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Chittanupassana, they have mentioned Saragan Chittam. That means the mind that arises together with lust. Vidaragan Chittam also mentioned the mind that is free from lust. Just an example. Even in the Sutta, from time to time, we can also recognize Chitta and Chittasika working together. So mental factors, they will arise together with Chitta, then they will change the color of chitta. We can say, right? Easier way. Then one more thing here. Cetasika also have different grouping. Some of the cetasika can be both wholesome and unwholesome. Some of the cetasika are only agusala. Some of the cetasika are only kusala. There can be many mixture of mental factors. For example, viriya, effort, mental effort. It can be kusala, it also can be agusala. Sometimes when we are doing agusala, we are very diligent. We use a lot of mind power. Sometimes we use our mind power to do kusala. So cetasika will be different. So cetasika means it will not arise alone. It will arise when citta arises. If there's no citta, cetasika alone cannot arise. So that means it depends on citta, or it associates with citta. It will rise together, it will perish together, taking the same object. This is the nature of cetasika. Both citta and cetasika are mentalities. We call nama. So sometimes people also ask the some Pali term, citta and nama. What's the difference between these two? Citta and vijnana. What's the difference between these two? We have many questions. So vijnana and citta will be the same. But when we say nama, it will cover both citta and cetasika, or are called nama, mentality. Now we should move the next one, rupa, materiality. So we have many different types of materialities. Roughly, people realize this body is a rupa. Right? The mind is a nama. This is roughly people trying to analyze nama rupa. But we have many types of rupa according to gender, according to part of the body, according to the realms we were born. There are very many different types of materialities. So rupa is also Brahmata Dhamma. For example, heat and cold. Now weather is a little bit cool, right? Heat and cold. That is the nature of fire element. In Pali we call Sita Tejo. Cold, fire element. Fire elements of coldness, right? Una Tejo, heat. That's why when we design four elements, we just use heat and cold. If it's not heat, there must be cold. If it's not cold, there must be heat. Right? This is also always truth. Maybe the degree of heat and cold will be different. Okay, this is called materialities. So mostly when people feel heat, right? What kind of nupassana it is according to Mahasatipatthana? So when you feel heat in your body, you may also know, right? Heat, something like that, hot, something like that, right? Then what kind of nupassana? Kanubasana. Okay. When anubasana. Okay, two. Okay. That means, okay, it depends on many other conditions also. We cannot say only two of them also, right? For example, if we choose for the fire element, so if we know it as anicca dukkha anatta, for example, right? Then after that, there we also discern nama together. In this case, it depends on how we emphasize. If we emphasize on rupa, it will be kanupassana. Emphasize on other thing, it will be chittanupassana, vedanupassana, dhammanupassana. This is just an example. It will be many other explanations. Okay, now materiality. Actually, we have very clear materiality, like for the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, right? Sense doors, sensitivities. Actually, material alone cannot see. There must be mind, intention. So then when we see something, or when we hear something, or smell, or taste, touch something, materiality alone cannot do. Although we have eye translucency, our eyes are very, very good. The objects are very clear. If we are unconscious, we cannot do it. We cannot see anything. So you may have seen some of the corpse, dead body. They pass away, open an eye. Right? Then, although their eye open, they cannot see anything. No more consciousness anymore. So that means nama rupa work together to know something, to see something. There will be some exception in some living beings. Mostly we human beings have the same things. We may have both mentality and materiality working together. We know something, we see something, we hear something. You know the last one, Nibbana. I don't need to explain that one, right? Because everybody knows what's a Nibbana. If somebody asks, what is a Nibbana? We can say cessation of nama rupa. So then we also can interpret its cessation of defilements. We can also say. Then if we analyze grammatically, ni wana means the Dhamma, there's a free from attachment or craving. Actually, we can also say free from all types of defilements. This is called Nibbana. So we have 4 types of Paramattha ultimate reality: Citta, consciousness; Cetasika, mental factors; Rupa, materiality; Nibbana, this is Nibbana, right? We don't need to translate. So now we have to move the first one, Citta, consciousness. Actually, we can also find many things about Citta in the Sutta. When we go and study Dhammavada, I think Dhammavada will be easier for everybody. And you may also have translation. In the Dhammavada, we also have many stanzas about Citta. We also have Citta Vaka, chapter of the mind. So one of the stanzas is this one. It's good to restrain the mind that's difficult to control, sit, and inclined to fall upon desired object. After being restrained, the tamed mind brings happiness. This is the stanza. Here also mentioned difficult to control. This is the nature of the mind. Now you can explain it now. This is also the nature of the mind. Swift, very rapid, very quick. Within 1 second, you can go around Nepal. You can go all over the world. Right? So now you are sitting here. If you go to your house or possible, within 1 second, you can go million times. This is a chitta. Very rapid, very quick. Very the shift here, right? But inclined to fall upon desired objects. So that means the mind will go to desired object. What we desire. If we desire to do good, our mind will go there. If we desire to do something bad also, our mind will go there. So mind will go here and there. It will go and learn whatever it can please, whatever we like. No, we like, the mind like. Huh? It's out of our control. So that's why sometimes when people talk to me, right? I cannot control my mind. No, they say like that. Especially in meditation report, right? I cannot control my mind. I say, no, you cannot control your mind. You must train your mind. Two different things. You must train. You must tame. This is the way we have to do. Mind is out of our control. We cannot control. Just train, little by little. So they also mention, after being trained, the tamed mind brings happiness. So that means when we can train our mind or tame our mind, it will bring happiness. So here I have some elaborations of the Pali words in this stanza here, because I didn't use any Pali words, right? Okay, now. Yata kama nipatini. It does not know whether it is a suitable or unsuitable place, a beneficial or unbeneficial. Kama nipatini means it go wherever it's pleased or it's like. So the mind will go wherever it like, wherever it please. This is the normal. It will not know suitable or unsuitable, beneficial or unbeneficial. It's not what our mind choose. So whenever this is a pleasant, okay, go. Or it's unpleasant also, if we like, go. The mind will go. This is normal. Another thing is, it neither considers it is a nature, nor the lineage, nor the age. So that means although we grow older, sometimes we may have childish behavior. It comes from our mind. If we don't train, it will happen. So that means age does not make you mature. Age does not make us mature. If we don't train, it's useless. If we train, age, okay, we will be mature as we grow older. Similarly here, lineage. It does not come from, the purification of mind does not come from lineage or descendants or anything. It just comes from training. So this is the nature of citta. Okay, now a few more steps. Where disciplined mind leads to happiness, settles in Nibbana, and brings forth the bliss of the path, fruition, and the ultimate peace of Nibbana. So there is a statement in the previous stanza, tamed mind bring happiness. What kind of happiness it is? Here we just say the bliss of the path, fruition, and Nibbana. We just say simple, very simple way, right? It will be very high, very far from us. Path of knowledge, if we cannot attain, that means we don't have any happiness. We don't attain fruition, then attainment, no happiness. We don't attain nirvana, no happiness. We can also have that kind of sense, that kind of feeling, right? But actually, if we train minds, there's also happiness. Sometimes our mind will be free from defilements. We can feel peaceful. This is also happiness. If we can train our mind, we will become mortal. But all the immoral action, speech, come from the mind. Then, training the mind, we become mortal. We can also feel peaceful. We can also feel happy. Okay, if we summarize, training mind will bring blameless happiness because we can undertake precepts. Similarly, the trained mind will bring seclusion happiness or solitude happiness. Because our mind will delight in seclusion or solitude. It can bring happiness. That means mental solitude or bodily solitude. Bodily solitude means we live alone. Mental solitude means we just keep knowing one object, meditation subject. It will bring happiness. So sometimes when we talk about living alone, people may not agree, right? People may not like this kind of thing. Why have to be alone? After COVID-19 outbreak, very easy to say. Right? Whether you want to live alone or not, live alone. This is not your choice. Although you want to approach somebody, they will not allow you to approach. You are forced to be alone. Then at the time, I also realized, in power also, if we have some like a subset, if we suspect somebody, we just put to special place, right? Quarantine center. We also have our own quarantine center in power. Then we send food for them. Then after that, some kapila will take away or clean everything. After eating, put it outside. Nobody will touch the food. Right? So in COVID-19 outbreak, when COVID-19, right, we have to live alone. We are forced to live alone. We wish or not, we must do it. At the time, I realized, living alone is very powerful. So we are happy already, right? We are used to be alone. We used to be alone. So this is very common. Now people don't wish to live alone. That means seclusion. Actually, if we have 2 persons, we can quarrel. Right? If we live alone, we cannot quarrel anymore. If 2 persons live in the same room, there will be different preference. Right? There are some people, they would open the window. Another one don't want to open the window. Right? Then one of them went to switch on the aircon. Another one dislike aircon. Right? You can quarrel if you live 2 persons in the one room. If you live alone, free. Right? Okay, anyway. The main thing is seclusion. When we have good mind, we can delight in seclusion. We can feel happy in seclusion. Also, our mind also just keep knowing meditation subject. Okay, practically, although you are sitting here in the groove, when you have very good concentration, you forgot everything around you. You don't know anybody, as long as they don't make noise. This is also seclusion. We can also feel happiness, right? Of course, if we can take part in spiritual knowledge, this is the strongest happiness, the best happiness. So that means if we train our mind, we can enjoy all the types of happiness naturally, whether we expect or not. It will appear naturally. This is the nature of citta, according to Dhammapada. We can also find many other sources in many other texts. Even in Dhammapada, actually, there are many stanzas. The chapter of the mind, you can read by yourself. Okay, now we should go a few more steps. Citta. The characteristics of consciousness is knowing the object, vijnana, which means grasping the object. So the mind will take object. The mind will know the object. This is the nature of citta. Then we have another one. The function is serving as leader or forerunner, Bhopangama, in the process of incarnation. So here in this case, you also have already known the very beginning of Dhammapada stanza. Everything is preceded by mind, made by mind, led by mind. Right? You have known the one. So it's the function of the mind. The mind will lead all the mental factors. And now we have another one. The manifestation is the ability of consciousness to connect and continuously link with next. Now, in interruptive thought. In every object or single object, there will be mental process. So actually, mental process also very long. Actually, many months. Okay, you may have already see many other like a flow of things. For example, you may have seen a line of ants, right? Then when they are moving together, very long line, if we see afar, we may see like a thread, but we cannot see space between the ants. If we go very close and see, we can see the space between the ants, right? Similarly, now, actually when we know one object, there are many mental processes. They will arise one after another. In between mental processes, there are also bhavanka mind moment, life continuing mind moment. So consciousness will link. They will arise one after another without any interruptions. This is the manifestations of consciousness, citta. Okay, now we should move to the last one, prosemic cause. The prosemic cause is mentality and materiality, nama-rupa. So I have already mentioned there will be different beings, there will be different conditions, then that is why there will be different types of mental process. Okay, here one more thing. In the case of immaterial realms, the primary cause is materiality. The immaterial realms means immaterial Brahma. They don't have materiality, they just have only mentality. So mentality will arise as a group. So all mental factors will be the primary cause of citta, consciousness. So this is just introduction of citta. Actually, we have to know many other things according to Buddha teaching. Here we say 4 types of consciousness. So every consciousness may have the same characteristics, the same function, the same manifestation, the same primary cause. Then here we have Kamavachara Citta, sensual sphere consciousness. We were born in sensual realms, so we have all these Kamavachara Citta. It doesn't mean all Kamavachara Citta will arise in our thought process. Some of the consciousness will not arise in the ordinary people. Only Arhat and Buddha can have this some kind of consciousness. So according to realms, we have to understand different consciousness, different association. Then again, Rupavajra Citta, material realms or material sphere consciousness. So these are jhana consciousnesses. Only in Brahma can arise. Of course, for ordinary human being, if we can practice, it's also possible to experience Rupavajra Citta. We call material jhana. So that means for human being, only sometimes we can have this kind of consciousness. Mostly we cannot have. Only for some people we can have. Most of the people cannot have this kind of consciousness. So that means for practitioners, it's possible to experience that kind of consciousness. The next one, Adabhavachara Citta, immaterial sphere consciousness. So that means they are also jhana, immaterial jhana. Mostly this kind of consciousness will arise in the immaterial Brahmas. For human being, if we can practice well, if we can take immaterial jhana, we can experience. Okay, this is also not for everybody. It's just for some people, a few people who practice. So we have the last one, Lokutara Citta, supramenting consciousnesses. So here in this kind of case, only noble person can have this kind of consciousness. They are past knowledge and future knowledge. So altogether we have 4 different groups of consciousnesses. The first one is Kamavachara Citta. So we will start with this one, right? The lowest one. After that, Rupavachara, a little bit higher than that, higher mental states. Adabhavachara Citta, higher than Rupavachara also, higher states. Lokutara Citta, the highest mental state. So according to the order of realms, we have to analyze all these types of consciousnesses. Okay, now we have to move the last part of today's topic. Paramattha again, ultimate reality, right? So we also have concepts, panyati. We also have ultimate reality. In Abhidhamma, mostly the Buddha emphasized on ultimate reality. So there are also some part of Abhidhamma talking about conventional truth or concept. For example, Puggala Panyati. The Buddha also talk about some individual or some talking about some living beings. Okay, whenever we talk about Paramattha, ultimate reality, we have to understand 4 different things. I have already introduced in Chitta. Characteristics, function, manifestation, and proximate cause. So when we start learning ultimate reality, we have to check what kind of nature, what kind of characteristics does it have. Okay, now here we should start with the first one. Here we also say Namana Lakkhana, the characteristic of the mind, is the nature of mental phenomena which incline towards their respective object. This applies universally to all mental phenomena, nama dhamma. So then the characteristic of the mind is inclining toward the object. So that means in every single ultimate reality, we have characteristics. We have to check it. Then we have to move to the next one. The rupa lakkhana, the characteristic of form, we can say materialities, is the nature of physical phenomena that undergo continuous transformations due to opposing conditions like heat and cold. This applies universally to all material phenomena. Actually, a few days ago, we have already talked about the nature of rupa, changing. Okay, practically, we can also feel in our body, now a little bit cooler in the daytime, afternoon, it will be a little bit hot, right? When it's hot, our body is also functioning a little bit different. When cold, it's different. Bodies are functioning differently. Similarly, hungry, also, it's a change. Not only that, happy and unhappy. These are condition, opposite condition, opposite condition. It will change the rupa. It will change the nature of rupa. Okay, this is called characteristics of rupa. Then we have to move to the next one. There are 2 types of rasa. Rasa means function. So in every single ultimate realities, there are rasa, function. So sometimes only one function, sometimes it can be 2 functions. It depends. Okay, now here we will start. Kita rasa, functional essence. The role Dhamma plays in causation. So that means how is work? How is it functioning? It's called rasa, kita rasa. Then we have another one, Sampati Rasa, essential manifestation. The Brahman that defines the Dhamma. So that means what kind of achievement, what kind of power, what quality it has. For example, we already mentioned consciousness will lead. Consciousness is a foreigner, a leader. We already mentioned, right? This is a function. It's that kind of quality. It's qualified enough to lead all other mental factors. This is called Sampati Rasa. And now we have to move the next one. There are two types of Pachupatthana. Pachupatthana means manifestation. Okay, here we should introduce two already here, right? Upatthana, Pachupatthana, the way the Dhamma appears to the mind when observed. Then it will appear naturally. We don't need to create anything. This is called manifestation. Upatthana, Pachupatthana. Now that was the Phala Pachupatthana. The way a Dhamma results in an effect based on its nature. So here we should also talk about the result and the effect. For the consciousness, how does it affect? Or how it appears in our mind. How it becomes manifest in our mind. Similarly, rupa. Every single rupa, there will be different manifestation. So we have to see what does a manifestation do they have. Then the last one I didn't write down here, the proximate cause. The proximate cause can be different. I have already mentioned about chitta, associated mentalities and materialities are proximate cause. So it can be different also. For example, the object also can be. Without object, mind cannot arise. This also can be proximate cause. Okay, if we summarize, in every single ultimate truth, we have to understand characteristics, function, manifestation, and proximate cause. So actually, I'm going to talk about many of ultimate reality with these four definitions. That's why I'm just introducing this one. Okay, this is the first part of Abhidhamma. Then we talk about Paramattha. What about concept, Panyati? In our daily life, to anything, truth. We are going to Nibbana, to attain Nibbana for novel truth. That's also no. So our daily life is full of conventional truth. So we all are anything, right? For example, talk about weather today. How's the weather in Kathmandu? Say, or cold or raining or something. According to we don't have, right? We also have raw food, right? Right? For example, like today, this time, Vietnamese time. How is it time? God. Anyway, to admit about this time. So what then? What explanation? Wrong view, identity view. According to Abhidhamma, no I, no mind, no mind also, right? So this is a misunderstanding. When we radiate metta, we must use Hāmi or Homi. Right? May you be free from danger. I must use you. Or may they be free from danger. We must use they. It doesn't mean we have identity view or wrong view. If we don't use the conventional truth, people cannot understand. Right? For example, I ask Kabiya, right, to bring his laptop. Right? I must say, Kabiya, please bring Uducharupa. Right? Then he will not understand what is Uducharupa. Actually, according to ultimate reality, there's no Kabiya also, only Namarupa. Right? I will say, Namarupa, please bring Uducharupa. How you will understand this one? Actually, according to Abhidhamma also, we don't have bringing also. Right? We don't have bring also. Only one element. Right? Namarupa, let one element make a move, Uducharupa. Right? You can understand. So sometimes that we consider some extremes. We can say extreme Buddhists, right? Most they just talk about ultimate truth, ultimate truth, ultimate truth. Finally, they have wrong view. For example, Ananda will use, whenever Ananda also use, that's how my heart. It will be so down. Right? It doesn't mean whenever Ananda has wrong view, identity view, we was listening to the Dhamma Talk. Right? The Buddha himself also used, right? I declare after seeing Four Noble Truths, for example, right? I declare that I'm in Buddha. I got enlightened after realizing Four Noble Truths, for example. Buddha says, I declare. It doesn't mean the Buddha have wrong view. This is the conventional truth. When we are talking about something or going to explain something for mutual understanding, we need conventional truth. Right? Whatever that happens, don't talk about Namarupa. This is not always correct. Okay, there will be many conventional truths. Some of the conventional truths are only short-time truths. Not always true, right? Okay, practically here, this building. We have wood here. Before it becomes wood, it will be trunk. Before it becomes a trunk, it will be tree. Right? Before it becomes tree, it will be seed. Before it becomes seed, it will be fruit. Before it becomes fruit, it will be flower. Right? So that means very long process. So sometimes, right, for example, we also say, right, that sometimes, okay, we come from childhood. So we also keep, for example, I think your parents will stay calling you baby or little girl or little boy or something like that, right? As far as I know, all the mother, all the father, they think they are children as a kid. Right? Although you grow older, you become mature. My parents also do the same to me. Huh? Okay, that means they will still use maybe some of your nickname of the childhood, for example. Right? Actually, we are getting older and older. Then they may name you like your childish behavior in your childhood. Some of the nicknames, all right, come from childhood. Because childish behavior. You grow older, still call them that nickname. Right? But that means, like for the little boy, or little girl, for this kind of name, right? They may still call him. So sometimes tiny boy, tiny girl, for example, that kind of usage, right? Okay, the main thing is, when we talk about conventional truth, it's not always truth. Only truth for sometimes. For ultimate truth, it will always truth. Greed, it will be sure. Whenever greed arises, you want to get something. Always truth. No changing. Like for example, wood is changeable. And just go back to the past, right? And if flower. Before flower is a bat. Before bat it is nothing, right? So that means this is just natural process, we can say, right? Okay, now if something happens in this wood, we have to remove, it becomes rubbish. It also can be firewood. Okay, if we make firewood, go to the kitchen, burning, firewood to charcoal, charcoal to ash, ash to swine, it will change. It's not always truth. This is called conventional truth. So, if we make conclusion, Buddha, in the Buddha teaching, we can also find conventional truth, also ultimate truth, both. When we are going to learn a sutta or a stanza, we have to check, is it ultimate truth or conventional truth? When the Buddha talk about conventional truth, we have to understand as a conventional truth. Don't talk about Namarupa. When the Buddha talk about ultimate truth, don't think about conventional truth. We have to understand as a Namarupa. 5 aggregates, 4 elements. For example, when the Buddha say 4 flat, the flat of sensual pleasure, the flat of attachment to the life, the flat of wrong view, the flat of ignorance, for example. It doesn't mean it's a real flat. This is ultimate reality. So we have to understand two different things when we are learning sutta. Okay, by learning Abhidhamma, we can also understand sutta deeply, deeper than normal. So the Abhidhamma will be useful for your knowledge, useful for your learning in the future. So it will be difficult for you, I understand. I will try my best to make it easy, but not all the time easy also. Okay? I will stop here. May you all be able to practice 3 trainings, and may you all be able to realize final cessation and no suffering. Okay. Okay, now, any question? Now, no question. Maybe heavy, maybe, right? Heavy topic.
Sayadaw, there is a question on Zoom. Dear Sayadaw, when I meditate, I find it easier to observe the arising and passing away of my nama than to perceive the arising and passing away of material phenomena rupa. Could you please explain this phenomenon to help me understand it more clearly? Thank you, Sayadaw.
I don't know what you are practicing, how you are practicing. I cannot explain that one also, right?
Sayadaw, I have a questions about yesterday's desana. We can do vipassana from 4th jhana, right, Sayadaw?
What then?
We can do vipassana from 4th jhana.
4th jhana.
Yes.
Okay.
Then why we need to practice after 4th jhana, arup jhana?
Okay. We have more options if we have attained many jhana. Another thing is, when we have stronger concentration, then you can practice smoothly, better than ordinary, better than asset concentration. Okay, for example, based on 4 elements, you may practice rupa meditation, nama meditation. Then when you go into some past causes, you may encounter a lot of difficulty, because the light is not so bright as a jhana. This is one of the weaknesses. Another thing is that you just do very limited nama rupa. When we have attained jhana, we can also do jhana dhamma or jhana dhamma or the rupa, nama rupa together. Another thing is that we have very strong concentration. That's why brighter light, stronger light. When we discern cause of a relationship, it's easier. Okay? Okay, then. Anybody? Oh, okay. But scare maybe, right? Heavy topic with scare. Okay, if no question, we can share maybe, right?
There is a question.
Okay.
The same question, same person. Is nimitta in meditation considered rupa, material phenomenon, or nama, mental phenomenon? When beginning to observe nama and rupa, does the nimitta still appear at the same time? Thank you, Sayadaw.
Nimitta appear, this is a normal, right? Nimitta can appear anytime if you have seen the nimitta. Whether you are discerning Nama, Rupa, or dependent organization, anything, you can see nimitta. This is the normal. Okay, one more thing. When you are discerning Nama, it must be Nama. Don't think about nimitta too much. Similarly, when you are discerning Rupa, you must focus on the Rupa. Don't think about nimitta too much. There will be some conditions. When you are discerning Nama, Rupa, sometimes the light becomes dim or fade away. At the time, you must refocus on the nimitta. You have to establish concentration. Then when you have brighter light, you can discern Nama, Rupa again. Only you may have that kind of exception, right? Otherwise, it will be very messy. Okay, now? Any other question? Oh, no more question? Okay, now we will share mirror, right?
There is a question.
What?
Dhamma is described differently in different religions. How can we explain Dhamma according to Buddhism?
Dhamma?
Dhamma is described differently in different religions. How can we explain Dhamma according to Buddhism?
Dhamma. Oh. Okay. Actually, Dhamma also has very wide meaning. Right? Very wide meaning means, okay, whenever we say Dhamma, it means truth. Okay, Dhamma means truth. This is the easier way to approach, right? Then one more thing here. Grammatically, Dhamma means bringing, come from Dhara, that means bringing. So that means, when you practice Dhamma, Dhamma will bring us to higher level. This is what we call Dhamma, bringing. Okay, if we approach previous one, truth. We have already mentioned ultimate truth and conventional truth. So mainly, Dhamma means Four Noble Truth. Because that means, if we summarize, Dhamma, it means Four Noble Truth. It will be easier for understanding. Okay? Okay? Any question? No more? Zoom? No more? Okay. Okay, we can share it, right? Etta vata ja amehi Sambadam bunya sambadam Sabbe deva numodandu Sabbe Buddha numodandu Sabbe satta numodandu Sabba sambati siriya Idame nyadinam hodu Sukhita hondu nyadayo Idame nyadinam hodu Sukhita hondu nyadayo Idame nyadinam hodu Sukhita hondu nyadayo Idame bunyam Asaway khaya Waham hodu Idame bunyam Nibbanasa Bhajayo Hodu Mama bunya bhagam Sabba satanam Bhajemi Te sabbe Me samam Bunya bhagam Lavantu Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.